Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your man Earl, the CEO, plugging in. Great day, long day, fantastic day. We have been in the bookstore. Once again, we thank all the customers. We thank all the people that come out and support the Christian bookstore. We would not be here without you, our customers. And so we thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we thank you. We thank God for you. Uh, we are entrepreneurs, and we know that everybody who comes through those doors, God sends them. I would not be nothing. We would not have nothing without you, our customers. And so we thank God for you. We thank you for supporting uh, Fig Tree Bookstores, Fig Tree Global, and our sauce company. We also have companies, people that come in and buy sauce from us, not just online, but also within the individual store. So we thank you. With that being said, CEO.
Proverbs 25, verse 28. A person without self control is like a city. Those walls are broken, though. Day 73, episode 73.
Is like a city with walls that are broken down. What are we talking about tonight? What are you? Are you a giver or a taker? Are you a steward or a manager? I'm going to say it again. What are you? Are you a giver or a taker? Are you a steward or a manager? If you're going to increase your financial literacy, you have to be brutally honest with where you are, where you're trying to go, what type of person you are currently, and what kind of person are you trying to become. Let me say it like this. Do you enjoy giving or sowing, or do you enjoy uh, taking or stealing? Are you a conniving person, or are you one who waits patiently for the harvest that God has for you? Let me say it like this. The Bible speaks very clearly about it is better to give than it is to receive. Why is it saying that? Why would the Bible give that lesson? Because what he's trying to get you to understand is he ultimately will give you the best instead of you going out and trying to take the best. He's trying to get your heart, your mind, your spirit into his economy, the kingdom economy, God's economy, which is what? Sowing and reaping, not taking and stealing. That's man's economy. Scripture talks about many different people. Look at, and once again, what are we looking at? We're looking at the Bible from a financial perspective. So, theologians, don't crucify me. I'm looking at the Bible this year from a financial perspective. Why? Because we're increasing our financial literacy. So when we look at the characters in the scriptures, we're looking at how they manage themselves. How they manage themselves, how did they manage their relationship with God, how did they steward what God gave them, were they managers or were they stewards, were they givers or were they takers? Remember, the Bible has what? The Bible has one truth, many applications. One truth, many applications. And let's make this very clear. There's only one perfect man, Yeshua. So everybody who we reference, everybody who you study, had something going on. Very few people in Scripture were described as perfect. So we're looking at their different points in their life. And think about how many people in the Scriptures were givers who shared their talent, who shared their gifting. Think about how many people in the scripture who were takers, who simply were out to get whatever they could get. And if you look at the scriptures hard enough, you'll find yourself in there, if you admit it. If you admit it. Are you a giver? Are you a taker? Are you a steward? Are you a manager? Are you a sower who is looking to reap what God has for you? A notable story is when Abraham and Lot came to the focal point in their financial relationship. The story can be found in Genesis. Where's it at? Let me look here. I don't have it in front of me. Pardon me. But let me give you the brief description. Abraham and Lot, both their herds were growing. And their men, their employees, were beginning to fight over the land. You remember the story. Abraham and Lot had to have a discussion, and Abraham said, listen, I'll go whatever which way you choose. So if you want to the right, to the left, you pick. Notice, Abraham put himself in the position of giving. Lot did what? Gladly was in the position of taking what he thought, what he saw was plush, was lush, was fertile. Be very careful. Are you a giver or a taker? Why is that so important? Because you have to understand something. As a giver, as a sower, you must understand that God has a plan for you, for all of your needs to be met. Takers don't think that way because they believe that they have to take. Because if I don't take it, I won't get it. A giver has a vastly different belief system. I'm going to say it again. A giver understands that God has a plan for their life, and God will ultimately be the supply for all of your needs to be met. A steward understands that what he has does not belong to him. A manager behaves as if it is mine and I could do what I want at my sole discretion. I'm only accountable to my own self. Not so, says the steward. The steward behaves as what is pleasing to his Lord or his master, which is the Most High God. What are you? Are you a giver? Are you a taker? Are you a sower? Are you one who waits for the harvest? Or are you out to get whatever you can get at anybody's expense and at all costs? Remember, God is still providing for his people with the means and the ability to accomplish his work. When God raises you up to be a steward, remember, God is the one who is providing to his people, to his servants, the means and the capacity and the ability to accomplish his work. Don't get the big head. Don't fall off into pride. Don't become arrogant because God has used you or God has begun to raise you up. Protect your heart. Protect your spirit. Protect those who are around you. Watch out for who's around you, because everybody around you is not about your best interest. Some people are just what? Takers. I'm going to close with this one. Wealth in the right hands. Wealth in the hands of a man of God. Wealth in the hands of a woman of God. Wealth in a child of God's hands. Entrusted. This is God now. Entrusted to a righteous and God-fearing steward can accomplish whatever task the Most High God gives you. I'm going to say it again. Wealth in the right hands. Wealth in a God-fearing man's hands. Wealth in the hands of a woman of God and a servant of God can accomplish whatever God sets in your heart. Not so with the taker. The taker takes, and ultimately what he takes leads him to ruin. Why? Because his eye is never full. His appetite is never satisfied. His thirst is never quenched. His bank account is never big enough. His house is never big enough. His car is never new enough. His clothes are never fashioned enough. It's always more, more, more. Don't let that be you. God bless you. God keep you. Episode 73. In the bag. You stick with us? You stay with us? Like, share, subscribe. God bless you. God keep you. Don't be a taker. Become a giver and a steward unto the Most High God. Peace.